It has caused such a large uproar that some people are already suspecting that the end is clearly near, in the true sense of it. There are dams built on the Euphrates River, but Egypt's Aswan Dam is one of the most visible dams constructed on it. The construction of these dams has caused several environmental problems. Suddenly, there was a raging increase in the amount of salt in the water, and a sudden decrease in the amount of water. As one of the most significant rivers in the world, this has been worrisome in some circles, but the expected nations like Turkey and Syria have done little to nothing about it. It points out that some power in the world wants this to happen at all costs. They seem interested in the river drying up. They want it to be cleared. This can't be anything other than the great Armageddon that is about to come. The Bible tells us Armageddon will occur immediately after the river dries. One may think the river will have to force itself to dry, but this is different in this period. Some human impacts are needed for the sea to dry up on time. This is in the interest of some principalities and powers.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about the end of time, the alamat as-sa'. If you are someone interested in this topic, consider to subscribe. Most of my viewers in this channel are not subscribed, so if you're one of them, consider to subscribe because you do not want to miss out on any of these updates, the alamat, the signs that we talk about. You do not want to miss that. So again, consider to subscribe. Now let's talk about the Euphrates River and this particular sign for 2023, and let's talk about the history, what is happening right now and what happened in the past. So basically, Euphrates River will dry up when it will be the time for the second coming of Jesus will take place, and this is the belief of the Christians, the Nasara. This is what they believe. The Yahudi, they do not have that exact same belief. However, for Euphrates, for the Yahudi, it does have a lot of significance. What we will be seeing is that the Yahudi, especially the Zionist Yahudi and also the Zionist Christian, they will definitely be looking out at the sea to see what is happening, what is the progress, but they are not going to intervene. The reason for that is because the Zionist Christians, they believe that when Jesus will come, he will lift all the Zionist Christians, the evangelical Christian, we know them in the States today, most of them, not all of them, they will be lifted up by Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, in the sky, and whoever will be left behind, they will be doomed. Means the Yahudi. Why? Because the Yahudi, they do not believe in Jesus, Isa alayhi salam. They rejected him when he came to preach the message of Allah Azza wa Jal. They rejected him. When he will appear the second time, the Yahudi will reject him again, and the Christian, they will be very happy and they will be gone and leaving behind the Yahudi to be killed. Now, interesting thing is, very, very interesting, which is that, subhanAllah, like the Christians, the Zionist Christian, they today love the state of Israel. They say, for our prophecies to come true, the state of Israel must be ruled by the Zionist Yahudi. Why? Because if they do not rule over this land, then God will not fulfill his promise that is mentioned in the New Testament, where God said that I will return this land to my righteous slave. And also in the chapter of Genesis, it mentioned in the New Testament that those who will love the land of Israel, God will love them. Those who will not love the land of Israel, God will curse them. For the Christians, the Zionist Christian, they are following this hadith or the verse from Bible literally, not hadith, but the verse literally, and they're very, very happy. They're waiting for the second coming of Jesus, Isa alayhi salam. Dear brothers and sisters, we see they are at the same time asking the Yahudi to take over the land of Israel, but they do not want the Israelis to believe in Jesus. They do not go to the Yahudi and tell them, hey, please, come to the Bible, understand what we are talking about, and you need to believe in the Bible if you want to be saved. They do not do that. They said, you guys take over Israel, you rule over the land. It's a great thing for us, but we are not going to invite you to Christianity because you guys will be the one who God will punish eventually. Because remember, Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, according to Christian belief, he will lift them up. Who will be lifted up? Only the Christians, not the Yahudi, only the Christian. When we Muslims believe that the coming or the drying up of the river Euphrates would mean the coming of the Antichrist, the Messiah, the big Messiah, if you like, that the Yahudi are waiting for. And also, it will be the same thing that will trigger the coming of the Mahdi and end of time and the greater battle. So in regards to that, Christians looks like have some similarities with us Muslims, that the drying of the river of Euphrates will usher the coming of the end of time. But at the same time, you have Yahudi, they don't really exactly believe the same way. Let's take a look at this video more, because then inshallah we can see what is the situation right now.
Still doubting? Well, have you observed the dramatic rise in global temperatures? We hate to break it to you, but following the Bible means the angels are about to emerge from the Euphrates River. Is this a significant omen? Yes, it is. Apart from this, because rivers are drying up so quickly, caverns are being revealed. Perhaps a Bible verse may help. Revelation chapter 9, verses 13 to 19. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet loose, the four angels bound in the great river, and the four angels were loosed, and prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
SubhanAllah, one thing we do find very, very interesting, and this is the case throughout all these three major religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, which is that we all believe that the end of time is right now, and anything can happen. In fact, the Yahudi, they are so convinced that the end of time is here that they are about to appoint somebody as the Messiah. All they need is somebody to fulfill or meet all the criteria to be that Messiah, and we know what the criteria are. At the same time, we have seen how Christians are also very, very desperate. In fact, I mentioned in my other video, a lot of Christians, they went to the Megiddo, the hill of Megiddo, to receive Jesus, Isa alayhi salam. And that happened in the late 1990s or early 2000 in the year, where they have actually went there to receive Jesus, Isa alayhi salam. And this is how desperate they are. This is how close they're saying the end of time is, that they're now enacting all of these things, biblical prophecies on their own. But subhanallah, we Muslims, we refrain from it, and we say, Allahu alam, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Mata taqumu as-saatu la ya'lamu illa Allah, that nobody knows when the hour will be except Allah Azza wa Jal. We leave it at that. But one thing we can say for sure, that the Euphrates River, dear my sisters, is indeed drying up. And if there is one sign of the coming of the Qiyamah, the coming of Qiyamah and the coming of the end of time, the Mahdi that we talk about, Dajjal, Yajuj and Majuj, then this is the sign that we need to look for. And the Yahudi Rabbi, last point, they have prophesied many things about the Euphrates River. I actually made a video where they said that this river is going to dry up, and it will be the main reason why there will be a world war ensuing, and at the same time they will receive the Messiah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.